Even stranger, our streetcars and subways were running with power from airlift coal, and our trucks and buses were rolling with airlift gas. This was the first time in history that a great city was supplied and kept supplied by Airmail Special Delivery. Of course, the situation looked blacker at night. Those power cuts meant lights out for the western sectors. Our morale used to go down with the sun, but it came up again next morning. After all, we had our raisin bombers. We had our food. Best of all, we had our freedom. Weeks went by, and still I hadn't repaid my American friend for his gift. Then one morning, my 10-year-old son solved the problem for me. Over at the field, I went to work as usual. But all the time, I was keeping a sharp lookout for my boys. And finally, in they came. They didn't have to go over to operations anymore. Operations came right out to them. It saved a lot of time, I guess, and time was important when each plane had to fly 2 or 3 round trips a day. They even put the snack bar on wheels and brought it out to meet the planes. I watched them while they had a cup of coffee, waiting to get a minute with them. Then my chance came. The conversation was part English, part German, part international sign language, and we got along fine. I explained that I had a child too, and, well, this was all his idea.
Funny thing. Up till then, I'd sort of thought of the Berliners as just 2.25 million mouths. Now they were 2.25 million men and women and children. Back home near Frankfurt, that teddy bear from Berlin joined the family. And right then and there, I started to do some serious thinking. Next day, when we came over Berlin, I was all set. My wife and I had stayed up half the night tying our candy ration up with handkerchiefs. Operation Vittles was an old story. Now I was joining what we called Operation Little Vittles for the kids of Berlin. One-man welcoming committee was always on hand at Tempelhof now, ready to give us the latest Berlin dope. This time he really had something to talk about. Seems the Berliners had staged a demonstration. And what a demonstration. 300,000 people in front of the old Reichstag. Wow. Berlin was tired of being pushed around by those Russian zone boys. As far as democracy was concerned, the Berliners wanted to stand up and be counted. With support like that, we didn't mind flying. Not even when winter came and our air corridor turned into a pea soup corridor. The way we look at it, we aren't just feeding a city, we're feeding a spirit. Sounds kind of corny to say spirit of freedom, but, well, I'll say it anyway. As long as one of the fields is open, Berlin are in the zone, we fly. We fly on instruments and use the radio beam. And we've got GCA on our side, too. It works like a charm. The first operator picks us up on his radar scope. You can see the other planes around us and tell us if we're in position. The other two operators talk us right down to the runway. All you need are a good set of nerves, plenty of faith in the guys on the ground.
Why, even the birds are grounded on days like this, but not the raisin bombers. They go right on regardless. The pilots weren't my boys, and they were all right. They even saved the cargo. Nothing could stop the traffic over our air bridge from the west, not even the winter weather. Our fields, Tempelhof, Tegel, and Gatow, were like great hearts, and every day they pumped harder and faster, pumping life into Western Berlin. 700 flights, 700 heartbeats every 24 hours. In the air and on the ground, Americans, British, French, and Germans working together to make this city strong again. That's the story of the air bridge. But that's still not the whole story. Because more than just food and coal are coming in. Friendship is coming in too. And belief. Belief in tomorrow makes a part of every cargo. Sometimes I think this isn't an air bridge at all. It's a human bridge linking together people who like to be free. It's a lasting bridge. I know what's coming, a brand new kind of understanding.